Welcome to this advanced data cleaning tutorial. This is the last of 6 tutorial videos for this project. This video covers how to build a 4-visualization dashboard. Excel software is slightly different in the Windows version versus the Mac version. This tutorial video covers both versions. The appearance of the dashboard may be slightly different under the 2 operating systems, but the dashboards will have essentially the same functionality. Where the instructions differ for Mac versus Windows, I will put the Mac instructions in a purple text box. You need to use the Excel app installed on your computer for this project. The Excel app on a phone, tablet, or other mobile device like a Chromebook will not work. Let's start by opening the Excel data file that you saved at the end of the data cleaning tutorials. There should be 5 worksheets in your Excel file. We will be using the data worksheet for this section. Now we are going to create our first pivot table. Click anywhere in your data. On the Insert tab, click on Pivot Table. The Create Pivot Table dialog box will appear showing the range of data. Click OK to create a pivot table in a new worksheet. A new worksheet will open. Double-click on the Sheet 1 tab and rename the sheet Calculations 01. In the Pivot Table Fields box on the right of your screen, click on the editable or non-editable lowercase field and drag it down to the Columns box. You will see the pivot table being built on the screen. Now drag the Total Revenue field down to the Values box. By the way, if the Pivot Table Fields panel ever disappears, click in the Pivot Table or click on Field List on the Pivot Table Analyze tab to bring it back into view. Now we need to format the pivot table. Right-click in cell A5. In the drop-down menu, click Number Format. In the Format Cells dialog box, click Accounting. Use the decimal places arrows to show 0 decimals. Click OK. Now we will create a pivot table slicer. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click on Insert Slicer. In the Insert Slicers drop-down menu, click on Transaction Year Edited. Click OK. Click the bottom resizing handle of your new slicer and drag it up so that the 3 slicer buttons fit. Click and drag the slicer into position to the right of your pivot table. Drag the right resizing handle so the entire slicer title fits in the slicer. Go ahead and click the different slicer buttons to see the data change in your pivot table. Now we will make a pivot chart. The data in the chart will change as we click the different transaction year buttons on the slicer. Click anywhere in the pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click on Pivot Chart. In the Insert Chart dialog box, Column Chart is the default, so just click OK. Mac users, no Insert Chart dialog box pops up, but the column chart is created by default. Right-click one of the gray field buttons in your new chart. In the drop-down menu, click Hide All Field Buttons on Chart. Mac users, field buttons do not exist in the Mac version. Skip this step. Click the Chart Elements icon to the right of the chart. Check the boxes for chart title, data labels, and legend. Make sure no other boxes remain checked. Mac users, instructions for editing chart elements are on the next slides. Again, this slide and the next few are for Mac users only, which you can tell by the use of the purple text boxes on the slide. Click anywhere on the chart. On the Pivot Chart Design tab, click Add Chart Element. In the drop-down menu, click Chart Title and select Above Chart. Next, click Data Labels and select Outside End. Then, click Legend and select Right. Make sure no other chart element options remain checked. Now for everyone, click on the chart title and change it to total revenue for edible and non-edible products. Now we will copy the pivot table. Click anywhere in the pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Select. In the drop-down menu, click Entire Pivot Table. Then hit Ctrl-C to copy. Mac users, always substitute the Command key for the Control key when using keyboard shortcuts. Click in cell J3 and hit Ctrl-V to paste the copy of the pivot table, Command-V for Mac users. Click in the new pivot table. Drag edible or non-edible out of the columns box. Then drag inventory item into the rows box and drag inventory type into the filters box. Now we will use the filter field to show just the snow cone inventory type. Click the drop-down arrow in cell K1. In the drop-down menu, click Snow Cone. Click OK. Mac users, click the drop-down arrow in cell K1. In the drop-down menu, uncheck Select All, then click Snow Cone. Click out of the dialog box. Now we will sort the pivot table by total revenue. Right-click in cell K4. In the drop-down menu, click on Sort. In the next drop-down menu, click Sort Smallest to Largest. Now we will make another pivot chart. Click anywhere in the new pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Pivot Chart. In the Insert Chart dialog box, click Bar. Click OK. Mac users, Insert Chart dialog box will not appear. Instructions for choosing the bar graph are on the next slide. This slide is for Mac users only. The new chart will appear as a column chart by default. To change this, click on the new chart. On the Pivot Chart Design tab, click Change Chart Type. In the drop-down menu, select Column, then click Clustered Bar Graph. Right-click one of the gray field buttons on the new chart. In the drop-down menu, click Hide All Field Buttons on Chart. Mac users, skip this step. Click the chart elements icon to the right of the chart. Check the boxes for axes, chart title, and data labels. Be sure no other boxes remain checked. Mac users, instructions for editing chart elements are on the next slides. This slide and the next one are for Mac users only. Click anywhere on the chart. On the Pivot Chart Design tab, click Add Chart Element. In the drop-down menu, click Axes and make sure both axes are checked. Next, click Chart Title and select Above Chart. Then click Data Labels and select Outside End. Finally, make sure no other chart elements remain checked. Now back to everyone. Click on the dollar amounts at the bottom of the chart to select them and hit Delete. Click the title of the chart and type Total Revenue for the snow cone inventory type. Now we will begin to construct the dashboard. Click on the plus icon to add a worksheet to the workbook. Double-click the new Worksheet tab and name it Dashboard. We are going to make the row 1 of the dashboard the title row. Click the border between rows 1 and 2 and drag it down so that the row is about double in height. Select cells A1 to S1. On the Home tab, click Merge and Center. If your screen is smaller than mine, you will need only to select through the last column that appears on your screen. Select the newly merged cell. On the Home tab, click the Fill icon. In the drop-down menu, click Orange Accent 2. Type Sales Analysis Dashboard for the dashboard title. Select the title. On the Home tab, increase the font size to 26. Then change the text color to white. Return to the Calculation 01 worksheet. Hold the Control key and click on the slicer in both charts. Then hit Control X to cut those items. Remember, if you are using a Mac, use the Command key. Navigate to the Dashboard worksheet. Click anywhere in the worksheet and hit Control V to paste. Click on each piece of the dashboard and drag it into position. Use the resizing handles if necessary to change the size of the charts to fit your screen. To make the dashboard easier to read, we will remove the grid lines. On the View tab, uncheck the Grid Lines box. And here's what the dashboard should look like so far. Your spacing might be slightly different, but it should look basically like this. We are going to add some more visualizations now. Click the plus symbol to add a new worksheet to your workbook. Double-click the new worksheet tab and name it Calculation 02. Navigate to the Calculation 01 worksheet. Click in the first pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Select. In the drop-down menu, click Entire Pivot Table. Hit Ctrl-C to copy. Navigate to the Calculation 02 worksheet. Click in cell A3 and hit Ctrl-V to paste the pivot table. You may need to go to the Pivot Table Analyze tab and click Field List to get the pivot table fields to show. In the Pivot Table Fields box, drag the fields out of the copied pivot table. Then, drag the following new fields in. For filters, drag Warehouse Location plus State. For Row, drag Sales Rep Full Name. For Values, drag Gross Profit. Now we will filter the pivot table to only show the sales reps from the Kent, Ohio warehouse location. Click the drop-down arrow in cell B1. In the drop-down menu, click Kent, Ohio. Click OK. Mac users, uncheck Forest Lake, Minnesota so that only Kent, Ohio is selected. Now we will filter the pivot table to only show the top 5 sales reps. Click the drop-down arrow in cell A3. In the drop-down menu, click Value Filters. In the next drop-down menu, click Top 10. Mac users, click the drop-down arrow in cell A3. In the dialog box, click By Value. In the next drop-down menu, click Top 10. In the Top 10 Filter dialog box, use the arrows to reduce the filter to show only the top 5. Hit OK. Mac users, a new box will appear under the Top 10 label. Use the arrows to change the 0 to 5. Now we will sort the pivot table by gross profit from smallest to largest. Right-click in cell B4. In the drop-down menu, click Sort. In the next drop-down menu, click Sort Smallest to Largest. Right-click in cell B3. In the drop-down menu, click Number Format. In the Format Cells dialog box, click Accounting. Then use the Decimal Places arrow to set decimal places to 0. Click OK. Click anywhere in the pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Pivot Chart. Click OK. Mac users, to change the default chart type, click on the new chart. On the Pivot Chart Design tab, click Change Chart Type. In the drop-down menu, select Column, then select Clustered Bar under the 2D bar heading. Right-click on any of the gray buttons on the chart. In the drop-down menu, click Hide All Field Buttons on Chart. Mac users can skip this step. Click the Chart Elements icon to the right of the chart. Check the boxes for axes, chart title, and data labels. Be sure no other boxes remain checked. Mac users, to edit the chart elements, click Add Chart Element on the left side of the Pivot Chart Design tab. Edit the chart elements option so that axes, chart title, and data labels are selected. Be sure other elements remain unchecked. Specific instructions for this process are back on slides 18 and 19 that we already did. Click on the dollar amounts at the bottom of the chart to select them and hit delete. Click on the chart title and type gross profit for top 5 salespeople. Hit enter. Kent, Ohio warehouse location. Now we will move the chart to the dashboard. Click in the pivot chart to select it, then hit Ctrl X to cut it, Command X for Mac users. Navigate to the dashboard and click anywhere. Hit Ctrl V to paste the pivot chart. Click and drag the charts and slicer fill handles to arrange the dashboard elements on your screen. And here's what the dashboard should look like so far. Your spacing might be slightly different, but it should look basically like this. We are going to add one more visualization. Click the plus symbol to add a new worksheet to your workbook. Double-click the new worksheet tab and name it Calculations 03. Navigate to the Calculations 01 worksheet. Click in the first pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Select. In the drop-down menu, click Entire Pivot Table. Hit Ctrl-C to copy. Navigate to the Calculation 03 worksheet. Click in cell A3 and hit Ctrl-V to paste the pivot table. You may need to go to the Pivot Table Analyze tab and click Field List to get the pivot table fields to show. In the Pivot Table Fields box, drag the fields out of the copied pivot table. Then drag the following new fields in. In Filters, drag Customer Region Name. In Rows, drag Customer Name. In Values, drag Quantity Sold in number format. Now we will filter the pivot table to only show the Northwestern customer region. Click the drop-down arrow in cell B1. In the drop-down menu, click Northwestern. Click OK. Mac users, uncheck, select all, and then click Northwestern. Now we will filter the pivot table to only show the top 5 sales reps. Click in the drop-down arrow in cell A3. In the drop-down menu, click Value Filters. In the next drop-down menu, click Top 10. Mac users, click the drop-down arrow in cell A3. In the dialog box, click by value. In the next drop-down menu, click Top 10. In the Top 10 Filter dialog box, use the arrows to reduce the filter to show only the top 5. Hit OK. Mac users, a new box will appear under the Top 10 label. Use the arrows to change the 0 to 5. Right-click in cell B4. In the drop-down menu, click Sort. In the next drop-down menu, click Largest to Smallest. Click anywhere in the pivot table. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Pivot Chart. In the Insert Chart dialog box, the default is a column chart, so just click OK. Right-click on one of the gray field buttons on the chart. In the drop-down menu, click Hide All Field Buttons on Chart. Mac users, skip this step. Click on the Chart Elements icon to the right of the chart. Check the boxes for axes, chart title, and data labels. Be sure no other boxes remain checked. Mac users, to edit the chart elements, click Add Chart Element on the left side of the Pivot Chart Design tab. Edit the chart elements option so that axes, chart title, and data elements are selected. Be sure no other elements remain checked. Specific instructions for this process are on slides 18 and 19. Click on the quantity amounts at the left of the chart to select them and hit Delete. Click on the chart title and type Quantity Sold for Top 5 Customers in the Northwestern Region. To make the dashboard more interesting, we will change the color of the columns in the pivot table. Right-click in any of the chart's columns. Click the fill icon. Click on orange. Mac users, double-click on any of the chart's columns. In the Format Data Series dialog box, click the fill icon. Under the color heading, click on orange. Now we will move the chart to the dashboard. Click in the pivot chart to select it. Then hit Ctrl-X to cut it. Navigate to the dashboard and click anywhere. Hit Ctrl-V to paste the pivot chart. Click and drag the charts and slicer fill handles to arrange the dashboard elements to fit your screen. And here's what the completed dashboard should look like. Your spacing might be slightly different, but it should look basically like this. Now you are done with this project. Be sure to save your file. This video was created and narrated by Dr. Wendy Tietz. Have a great day.